So yes, let's move on to data types. There are different types of data. You will observe these in your, maybe if you have a background in IT, you will see what we are talking about. But it's gonna be kind of a different concept as we discuss it here, because we are trying to be as relevant as possible to the concept of spreadsheets. So there is what we call a string. It's just normal text, including numbers and special characters, maybe question marks, whatsoever. Just text you can type with your keyboard into your spreadsheet. Then we have media and links. These include images and website links in Excel. Images are not stored inside cells, but they are stored in text boxes. So I'm gonna demonstrate this to you. You can actually be able to insert an image into your Excel spreadsheet. Say let's say maybe I have this quote, you see. So it's not gonna be in a specific cell, it's just gonna hover over here. So but it's basically a data type that we can support in Excel. So then we move on to another data type, media and links. Okay, if you have a link, it's gonna display our website. Let me just give you a link to our website. I'm sure you have it, but for those who might not know, uh, our other core business as a company, it's gapsna.co.za. So this is our link. So as I click here, it's going to change into a link. So if you can actually click this, you'll be able to visit it. I'm currently disconnected from the internet, but if I was connected, it would have displayed. So yes. Then we've discussed media and links. You can also attach an email there. It's gonna show our emails. We have two email addresses. We have one that says support at gapsna.co.za. You see what's basically happened. This is what happened. If you click on it, it's gonna prompt you to open using a mail app, and you can actually send us an email right here. So this is called media and links. There are different types of links. It can be a file link whatsoever. We're not going to discuss those at this stage. So then integers, these are numbers which do not have decimals. For example, if I'm gonna type 1, it's gonna display as a different kind of data type. See, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. If you are going to type text, let's say for example A, it's gonna appear on the left hand side of I'm gonna say rather say it's gonna be aligned to the left in the cell. But if it's an integer, this is 1, it's aligned to the right in the cell. Let's say I have a 1.25. Sorry, my version of Excel uses a different kind of numbering system. So let's just first discuss floats, the concept of floats. So a float, it's a number. I would say that it's numeric. It's denoted numerically, but it has a decimal. It supports decimals. Let's say 1.23. So this is a thing I want you to take special note of. We have different types of installations for Microsoft Office, right? So I'm gonna be reminding you this as we go through. For example, if let's say I wanted to type 1.23 in my spreadsheet, my version of Excel is the US version of Excel, meaning that I do not have decimal points in my numbering system. But let's say if I wanted to write 1.23, instead of writing 1.23, to support the kind of data type that I want to use, I want to make sure the data is numerical so that I do computations on the data. So I need it to be numerical so that the way I'm gonna see that this data is numerical is that it's gonna be aligned to it has to be aligned to the right in the cell. So on this version of Microsoft Office Excel, instead of writing a 1.23, I have to write 1 comma 23, and then I hit enter. So right now I can see that the data is formatted as a float, or as in a numerical kind of data type, because it's aligned to the right. Make sure you do take special note of this. So on some versions of, or I'd say on some installations of Microsoft Office, you will find that this is not the case. when you write 1.23, you just simply write 1.23, and then they are going to detect automatically that this is a number. But the bottom line is that if you are trying to enter a numerical value but it's not aligned to the right, then try to work around with this and see that maybe this is your US version of Office, or it's the British version of Office, or whatsoever. So yeah, it depends on the kind of customizations that you have on your installation of Microsoft Office. I'm gonna keep reminding you these things as we proceed through. So now we have integers. We've discussed integers. Now we move on to the concept of dates. Um, oh my god, how do you insert a date? So you just sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yes, to insert a date. Now let's say it's 1 January. Oh, what's the date today? It's 27 May. Yes, let's use today's date. Let's say it's 27 May 2023. Yes, 2023. So normal text will be kind of like just simply 27 May 2023. It's gonna be aligned to the left. But this is a date. Since this is a date, if I hit enter here, this is what happens. It changes the format of the date and actually formats it as a date, you see. So this is another data type that's supported in Excel, and Excel detects automatically that you are trying to enter a date, and it formats for you that as a date. So yes, currencies. Now we move on to currencies. So what I like to do with currencies, for the purpose of having a neat spreadsheet, let's say you have some money in your bank account. I don't know, I'm broke. Let's say I have 50 rands or 50 malangen. Okay. Let's say I have 50 malangen in my bank account. Okay, maybe with some cents, 50 malangen, 45 cents in my bank account. So I want to format this as a currency. What I do a left click here. I come here to this section. I format it as a currency. Or you can just simply come here. You can format it as the South African rand, or you can come to more accounting formats. Or the earlier versions of Microsoft Office Excel, they don't support the lilangeni, so you have to kind of maybe exactly for the rand. Excuse me, but this is a currency. It has a currency prefix, but it's actually computed. I mean to say you can actually do mathematical or financial calculations based on that. Now we have percentages and fractions. Concerning the issue of fractions, let's say I have my fraction. Let's say it's I don't know, 1 over 3. 1 over 3. Sorry. Let's say 0 0.5. 0 0.5. Yes. 0, comma 5 on my version of Excel. Remember, you have to comply with your version of Excel. So this is basically what's happening. I'm formatting 0 0.5 as a fraction. So it's 1 over 2. Now you can be actually able to do mathematical computations based on this. So now, and then we move on to the concept of percentages. So let's say I have 0.01. You know that percentages can be actually expressed as decimals. So then I hit on enter. I have 0.01, but I want to convert it into a percentage. I do a left click on this, then I do a left click here. It's just strictly 1%. Yes. Now, okay, before we move on to cell references, I want to show you another thing. I want to show you how to say kind of like let's say I want more decimal places, you see. So this is to increase the decimal places. As you can see, increase the number of decimals. Then here you can reduce the number of decimals. Let's say I wanted to increase the decimals for all those things that are appearing here. Let's exclude the fraction maybe. I can just click here, click here, click here. So right now what's happening is that this is being formatted as numbers. Oh, this was a currency. Remember, I'm gonna come back here, reformat it as a currency. It's always gonna have two decimal places. I come here. You can just increase. You see, they have increased, but I can reduce them again. The number of decimal places. Then this was a percentage. I have to return back to being a percentage. Now if I increase the number of decimal places, it's gonna remain a percentage. So yeah, that's it